Hey guys, in today's video, we're gonna talk about one simple follow-through technique to lower your handicap and improve your contact. Hey guys, so let's talk about one simple follow-through technique that's guaranteed to lower your handicap and improve your contact. Now, before we dive into that, I want to make sure you're aware of CogornoGolf.com. CogornoGolf.com is our membership site. It's our online community where you can join myself and other golfers looking to get better together. As a member of CogornoGolf.com, most importantly, you get access to our Facebook group where you can post your swing and I will give you feedback personally on the things you need to work on and improve and guide you through the process. You also get access to all of our master classes we come out with, as well as the member library on the site, the quick fix section, the practice section, and everything else on CogornoGolf.com. So I would love to help you improve your game. We'll put a link in the description down below. All right, guys, we're back outside at the Bethlehem Golf Club, and I am here with my buddy Marty Nowicki. Marty, what's up, man? Welcome.
Eric, great to be with you. Marty
is not only a coach at the Turning Stone Resort, and an awesome coach for a long time, I don't want to give him your age, but he also owns the Impact Snap training aid, which we did a review video on here not long ago. And what we want to talk about in today's video is one technique in the follow-through that we've both used many times to help golfers improve their contact and ultimately bring their handicap down a little bit. So let's get right into it and let's talk about the follow-through pieces, right?
Sure. I mean, I think in today's world, everyone has a cell phone that shoots high-speed video.
Yes.
So this shouldn't be like rocket science. I
That's
guess
right.
If you were going to hit a ball that way,
yeah,
go ahead and take your grip.
Yeah.
And basically, when we measure the club at about parallel to the ground or at about waist high,
yep,
the shorter this measurement is, the higher your handicap is. It is that simple. So there's your 29 handicap.
Yeah.
Here's your 20 handicap. Here's your 7 handicap. There's your scratch.
Got it.
Okay.
So let's just clarify. I mean, that was remarkably simple, but let's clarify so that no one missed it. The moral of the story that we're trying to get across in this video is the closer to you that the butt of the club is, right? The less width you have, or the shorter the length of the radius, the worse you're going to hit it and the higher your handicap.
That simple.
1 to 1, and the farther the butt of the club is from you, and the more width you have, or the length, right?
Yeah, the distance from the shoulder to the club head, or we could just measure the butt end of the club to the body. So at about waist high.
If there's one thing we could put into a golfer to improve their contact and lower their handicap, that would be probably step number 1.
Absolutely.
So if let's do a couple where I'm going to hit a couple, just in terms of what normal faults are we would see, what that might typically bring up, and then let's talk about how to train in the proper mechanics.
Absolutely.
So what I see a lot, and I'm sure you see the same thing, is obviously towards the higher handicap level, we would see a shortening of the radius, the butt of the club close to them.
Wrist bending, elbow bending, arm twisting, both arm twisting, and basically what that does is that changes the club face at any given inch in the golf swing.
Yes.
And it's changing by a lot.
Yes.
Not just changing by a little, it's changing by a lot.
Yeah.
It also changes the low point of the swing. So for those people that are chunking it or sculling it or thinning it, well, that's normally the bottom of the swing is too far behind the ball.
Right, absolutely. And no power that way, no speed, no compression.
You lose a lot of
all of it,
yes.
right? And so now sometimes we'll see things with a golfer, right, certainly beforehand that would lead to that happening, but we can reverse engineer a lot of these feels.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And that's the point.
So go ahead and just kind of pitch a ball or punch a ball, or just stay there for a second.
Yeah.
There are a couple things that I'm going to introduce. Squeeze my hand between your arms. Good.
Yep.
You felt how the pressure just went.
Feel my arm shake. That's good. I got to do that. Yeah.
The arms. When you squeeze your arms together, you feel an inward pressure up at the armpits, which is only stabilizing that radius.
The hit.
The more separation we have, the shorter the radius, the less stable.
Yep. So even there in point number 1, the closer the elbows are together into the follow-through, the longer the radius, the better the ball striking.
And I think a lot of people need to understand that how I define follow-through is the moment that both arms are straight.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yep.
So whatever happens after that doesn't matter.
Got it. So if we can keep the elbows closer together, that's part kind of 1 or a piece of, right?
Sure.
Us getting the length of the radius. And now again, there's other pieces involved. You know, if the face was too open, the downswing steep, yada yada.
Those are little tweaks
Yes.
that once you establish the radius, you're going to establish a pattern. It might be all fades or all draws or all high balls. Well, now we can make little tweaks to change it to the pattern that you want.
Yeah, and put the pieces in that get you hitting it solid quick.
Yes.
And then build the other stuff in,
Yes.
right? So let me hit a couple little short little wedges. And I just got a wedge here, and we like both of us, right? Start short and slow.
Always.
Build your way up. You guys hear that? Short and slow, and build your way up.
5.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm gonna go maybe, 50, 60 yards here, hip to hip, and just get a sense of what kind of lengthening the radius feels like in the follow through. Right, and that to me feels like my elbows are close. That feels like the butt of the club's far away from me, and I'm kind of maxing out the distance of the club head relative to my shoulder.
Absolutely.
Right, and so kind of part one of this is just awareness. Hey, here's where I'm trying to get to. Okay, in fact, now I link that width, right, or getting the butt of the club farther from me is one-to-one with my score, right? Now I'm gonna start checking that via video on your phone, live view, whatever you have. And if you notice that you're too short in the follow through, regardless of why you're there, it's smart to start training that piece in, right? And those are some feels. Those are some feels we can use, but even better than this would be if we had something to train with, right? And magically we have something here laying on the ground.
Absolutely.
And so one of the best ways that I've seen to train, not just this part, but impact stuff that we'll talk about, but just specifically for the width and the follow through, right? So if I take this, and what we have here is the impact snap, right? And so what I like about this when I put this on is it gives me not only auditory feedback, which we'll get into, but the feel of the golf ball, right?
Correct.
And so if I want to get width,
Yep.
right, if that's
Then
my
I
goal.
would say go from setup into follow through out here.
Yep.
If the ball is hitting the bottom of the trail forearm,
Yep.
you're going to start increasing that distance from your hand, the butt end of the club to your body.
Perfect. And that's going to be the butt end and then the club head too, right? Both of them, right?
The club head would be here. So if I measured from the left shoulder to the end of the club, we'd have whatever that distance is.
Perfect.
Or I could just say, hey, if I measure from the wrist to the shoulder, we may get 23 inches right there.
Yep.
We make that 14 inches from there to there because there's a bend.
Yeah.
While your handicap just went up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is what? This is about the 27 handicap here, right?
Yeah, in that.
Right? Maybe here? Maybe here?
That's 35,
Yeah.
27, 18, 6, scratch.
Scratch, yeah.
Yeah.
And so when I get this, right, if I do some little practice ones, I'm getting the ball here to the underneath part of my right arm. I can feel that that's fully extended from shoulder to club.
Correct.
Right.
Yep. So force the wrist to do a couple things. When the wrist moves properly,
Yep.
the arm wants to stay long.
Got it. And so when people are feeling this, right, option one is grab an impact snap, right? And we'll put a link and a coupon code in the description down below. Super simple to take this, put it in your golf bag, pull it out, and we do some reps, right? I do a couple little short ones just to get a sense of what that would feel like. And I'm really feeling when I'm doing this, I'm feeling the wrists unhinged.
Yep.
I'm feeling the arms away from me, kind of maxing out that distance.
Yep.
Right, and I feel the ball underneath, obviously, on my follow through. I also feel my body wanting to support that.
Yes.
Right.
So that's a key point, because if we were shooting free throws and you went down to dribble a ball, well, if you never pushed your pelvis up and
Yes.
extended your spine, well, you're really limited with how far.
Really tough.
Yeah. So if your pelvis and your spine is not working properly,
Yep.
then you'll never achieve that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have people all the time just like, okay, keep your knees and your pelvis still, don't even move them,
Yeah.
and see how far forward you can move that. Well, you can't move it much past there. There's
That's
your
about
range
it.
of motion. But now,
Yeah.
if I take your pelvis and turn it and push it and take your spine and extend it,
I can go
now
forever.
I can increase the radius.
Yeah. Got it.
So I mean, they have to work together.
Got it.
And we have some ways to protect your back in doing that.
Yeah, and learn how to do that. We'll get into that in some
Yeah.
videos as we go here. So the point being, follow through width is key, arguably kind of the number one fundamental.
It's a very simple measurement to determine someone's skill level.
Got it. And so put it high on the prior list of training.
Yeah.
Right. Train in the beginning, and grab an impact snap and use this so you have feedback. Right. So you actually can know. Easy to put in your bag, like I said. Come out and do some reps with it and get the length.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying you can't shoot 78 doing that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying the likelihood of it occurring is slim.
Got it.
And it might happen once, but then the next round's 93.
Yeah, and the proof is in the pudding. We've seen a million people who did that.
Exactly.
So listen, guys, width into the follow through is huge. train that in regardless of why you might have that. Do the things like this that get you hitting the ball solid right away. Put it in the beginning of your practice sessions. Start short and slow and get feedback. You guys know I love feedback. This gives you instant feedback, not only for the width and the follow through, but also the impact condition. So check out the link in the description down below. Grab an impact snap, train your follow through. There will be a direct one-to-one correlation with how you play golf. So Marty, this was awesome. I appreciate you coming down, and we'll do some more here.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks, buddy. Hey guys, thanks for watching today's video. If you liked the video, do us a favor, click the like button down below. Click the notification bell. Also, please subscribe if you haven't. Another reminder, every Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are live here on YouTube for Rapid Fire Golf. We'd love to see you guys there.